Jayaprabha was born in 1957. She is an Indian critic and poet writing in Telugu. She is considered a pioneer of the feminist movement in Telugu literary criticism and poetry. Jayaprabha's poetry focuses on women issues, their problems and strengths, and often attacks established gender norms. तो जयाप्रभा जो है वो मेनली जो है शी राइट्स ऑन वीमेन इश्यूज एंड शी इज़ कंसिडर्ड एज अ पायनियर ऑफ द फेमिनिस्ट मूवमेंट. और जो एस्टेब्लिश जेंडर नॉर्म्स हैं फॉर सेंचुरीज जेंडर नॉर्म्स हैव बीन established that men will do this, women will do this, women will will behave like this way, men will like that way. And in all these things, Ramayana and Mahabharata, they have played significant roles in the lives of Indians. And still Mahabharata and Ramayana, they exert a persuasive influence on the minds of Indian people. And so these feminist writers writing about women in India, they have deconstructed the established norms set by the society for the centuries. In the present poem, Stairs, she is talking about male gaze. Male gaze. Gaze is to look, continuously, to stare. Male. And she says that this makes women very uncomfortable. And how to, answer back this kind of stare, this kind of look. So yes. So the present poem is about this male gaze. She talks about, in the poem Stairs, she it was written in Telugu, and the originally it was named as Chupulu and then translated into English as Stairs. And she says how those looks, those stares from men make women uncomfortable. Looks from two eyes dart is a to throw, dart like needles, roam freely on flesh. So he says those looks from two eyes of men, and the looks are thrown like darts. तीर होता है ना उसकी तरह. तो she has used it like as a verb means to throw. As a verb, dart means to throw. Carry on. Or those two, looks from two eyes, they look like, they are thrown like needles. And needle is something which hurts you. It makes, it hurts you. You feel pain. So she says, now darting of the looks has been compared to the throwing of needles. And if needles prick you, you feel uncomfortable, you feel pain, you are hurt. Roam freely on flesh. And then those looks, they that come out from the eyes, they wander freely on the body of the women. Means she can't forget about it. That leaves a permanent a kind of an uncomfortable thing for her. The looks never look into the face, the words never come from the heart. And she says the looks never look into the face. The looks, generally looks, we exchange looks. But here she says when the men gaze at women, those looks don't go into the face of a woman. The words never come from the heart, they crawl on the body like white ants, disgust every time I see them. And she says, just as the words never come from the heart. If you speak from the heart, then your language will be guarded. You will be very conscious. But language also you speak, most of the time you speak, impulsively. So she says, the looks, they never look into the face, just as the words never come from the heart, and they crawl on the body. Now crawling is something which reptiles do, and most of the time they are repulsive. You feel disgusted with them. आपको एक घृणा सी एक वो होता है. So she is using deliberately the words, the verbs like crawl, disgust and ends, in order to show her in kind of disgust, disapproval of the things of that gaze. So she says, those looks crawl on the body like white ants. Ants, ants, चींटियाँ. तो if your ants, if white ants crawl on your body, you will feel uncomfortable. And so, and that sight is disgusting also at the same time. You don't like that. And she says, those looks crawl on the body like white ants, disgust every time I see them. Those eyes belong to a million classes, but their looks are all the same. She says, those eyes, every man is possessive of those eyes, and they belong to a million classes. There are different classes of men. They may be old, they may be rich, they may be young, means all classes of men, but their looks are all the same. Only one single in those looks hunger like a salivating dog's. An ugly bare-faced chases you even in dreams. Chases you, follows you. She says, those looks in the eyes of man, they reflect some kind of hunger. Some kind of a hunger, like a salivating dog, like a dog, like a greedy dog from whose mouth the saliva is coming out. So she has compared those looks coming out from the eyes of man to saliva of a dog. So this is again use of simile. An ugly bare face chases you, and she says that this chases you, this follows you. This is an ugly, thing, which you are, caught in the grip of it. Means you can't, it upholds you. You can't, easily get rid of that grip of the looks, and it follows you even in the dreams. No difference between day and night in this thick forest, no place at all to escape these. So she see the agony of a woman, the speaker is a woman, and see the pain of the women coming out. She says that there is no difference between whether it is the daytime or the night time. This is a continuous process, which, and this is a continuous thing faced by women in her day-to-day life. In this thick forest, whether you go into this thick forest, no place at all to escape these looks. Means wherever you go in this thick forest, means wherever you go, whether you are in the midst of a forest, whether you are in a crowded place or you are in a solitary place, you are continuously stared by such gazes. On the road, in buses, classrooms, behind your every step, wounding some part of the body, looks tipped with poison keep pricking you. See, how boldly she has written, and how boldly she has, brought out the, voice of all women in this short, poem. She says, whether you are in a bus or you are in a classroom, behind your steps, as it always you feel some men following you, and it is kind of a wound is not just the physical wound, but the wound, the uncomfortable, the pain you feel from that look of men, that gaze of men, it gives wounds to you. and it wounds some part of the body, and it appears as if those looks are dipped in poison, and they constantly, prick you. They constantly prick you. Prick to needle, काटे जो thorn, prick यानी काटना, चुभना. So they continuously, prick you. Frightened, I want to disappear into the distant sky, into emptiness. But so now this stanza shows her affirmation, her resolution. She says to escape from these looks, there can be, one solution is to disappear into the distant sky. Maybe she's suggesting, to put an end to your life. To put an end to your life, that you disappear into the distant sky. So this is a kind of a suggestion, not direct, not directly said, but this is a kind of a suggestion that you can escape from those who only by, embracing death into emptiness, but escape is no solution, because she is a feminist. Now she says we have to, she is speaking on the behalf of every woman, and she says we have to face it very bravely. So she says, escape is no solution, so I began to teach my eyes the sharpness of thorns to fight those poison looks. So she says she has learned to fight those poisonous looks with the sharpness of her own eyes. She will answer those looks back by staring them in return. So I began to teach my eyes the sharpness of thorns to fight those poison looks, now to chase away those eyes. If you look back, then the man gets conscious and he will stop staring at you. So she says that this is the best way to chase those looks away. Stare back at them. Now to chase away those eyes, chase away, bhagana. Now to chase away those eyes, I fight with my eyes. Then you have to really learn, to answer in this way back. You have to teach yourself. It is not easy for women, because for centuries, these kinds of things have been happening to women, and they just, tolerate it. So she says, I fight with my eyes. She'll have to, fight with her own eyes in order to teach herself how to stare back at men. Timid eyes, weak eyes, which cannot look straight, because generally women, they don't even have the courage to look straight. They can't, many students you see here, they come, and the girls, they don't have the, when they speak out something, they just don't, make face-to-face conversation. They, their eyes are generally bending. So she says, women, timid eyes means the weak eyes of women. For centuries they have been not in the habit of looking straight. For 2 seconds run to the underworld. A day will come when women in this country have thorns not only in their eyes but all over their bodies. So in a way, she is, saying that the physical assault, here she is suggesting about physical assault also, that a day will come when women in this country will have thorns not just in their eyes but all over the body, so that when a man dares to touch her, she will retaliate it in such a way. So this poem is very relevant even today, and unfortunately, the condition of women, though it has improved, but it has not improved as yet as it could have been. So this is, this poem shows how insensitive, men are, and how, cruel on their part to look at. So this is a kind of a feminist assertion by the poetess. Thank you.